Welcome back, everybody, to the NFC East OGs Clashing Conferences version. I guess the NFC East OGs version of the Clashing Conferences podcast. Here tonight with Paul representing the Redskin Commanders. We got Greg fighting a uphill battle here this week, I think, representing the Eagles. And we got a very happy and confident Randy representing the Dallas Cowboys this week after a big win. Let's get through a real quick recap of week 12, and then I'll unleash you guys. We had two games. We had the really big interdivision matchup, Dallas taking down the Eagles 24-21, and then we had the Giants putting up a tough fight and covering against the Detroit Lions, but going down in the end there by a touchdown, 27-34. In our internal competition, as always, we had three categories. They were longest touchdown, won by the Giants and Wan'Dale Robinson with a 39-yard touchdown catch. Wow. Turnovers plus minus. It was a pretty weak week, to say the least. Not one turnover, plus or minus, on either side of the ball. Or no, wait,
two
I'm
turnovers.
Sorry.
Yeah, we had turnovers. There was no
everybody
plus or minus,
finished at 0-0, but
gotcha.
Nobody won the turnover battle. So if it were up to me, we wouldn't give a point to anybody, but I think the producer did give one to each of you. So congrats on that. And QBR, man, Greg didn't want it. Greg definitely didn't want it. Jalen would have been third on QBR or quarterback.
No, he would have been fourth. He would have been fourth.
He might have been third in one of those, if I remember correctly. He would have been fourth in one of them and third in the other, but he wouldn't have finished above the other two teams no matter what way you looked at it.
Let me just hold you. It turns out that the guy who throws 133-yard pass has a better QBR than Jalen Hurts, right?
Yes, I believe I'm going to mispronounce this, but his first name is Gunner. And his last name is Olszewski, maybe I'm going to go with. I have no idea.
Speaking of Gunner, did you guys see Clark? Did you guys watch that play?
What are you talking about?
The punt, the punt that fumbled, and Clark, the gunner for Dallas, was pushed over twice.
Yes.
That was unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the rookie kid. He was a rookie, too. I would definitely make sure that he gets his bonuses at the end of the year. That was a hell of a play.
We got no Parsons. We should be able to afford him.
Oh, boy.
Thank God.
Let's finish the recap.
Jerry Jones made that mistake.
That gives for the year. Anyway, Giants did win QBR with Mr. Olszewski at a healthy number. I think it was like 150 or something crazy, but anyway, Randy for the year is leading our internal competition with a total of 15 points. The New York Giants are in second, and then the Redskin Commanders, Paul, and the Philadelphia Eagles, Greg, are pulling up the rear with 8 points apiece. So still a long ways to go. We'll see what happens, but Randy is out to a very comfortable lead in the Clashing Conferences competition here. So Randy, you're leading the competition. Your team crushed the week. Why don't you lead us off with what you thought about week 12?
Well, I think it was obviously a very good game. I mean, I don't want to say, actually watching the game, for Greg, for you, for whatever, for all the hounding, I will say, Jalen is a baller and definitely plays ball. I do feel like Dallas made some very costly mistakes. I feel like there were some pretty inopportune calls that did not go our way. In particularly the running into the kicker that should have not been running into the kicker, roughing the kicker. Should have not been, because he hit the ball first.
Because he
hit the ball first. Okay.
Then why did your genius coach challenge that?
I'm not. Listen, they didn't see it. It's after 20 plays over and over again.
Everybody saw it, Randy.
In the end of it, it wasn't until the next play where people really started to see that it was a tip ball. All that being said, is again, I feel like we could have beaten you by more. I feel like your defense is very good. I feel like your offense is crappy. Held your boy Saquon at 22 yards after holding Ashton Gentry to 8 yards. I feel like we have. Right now, one of the
both
premier
of them totaled 15 carries, just for
one of the premier rushing defenses in the league right now with our trio on the front. I feel like that has turned around 100%. We got the number 1 passing offense in the league right now. We got the number 3 rush attack. I'm feeling very optimistic right now.
Randy brought stats.
I did. I feel like I feel like this is going to be I'm sorry, Greg Lee. I don't think you guys are a horrible team, but I've said it all year. You guys need to get your butts beat a little bit to figure something out, to do some change. I don't know if you can. I don't know. I was watching Jalen Hurts deep balls, and they're absolutely horrendous. Again, you go to the play calling, and it's trash. And you guys, I mean, again, besides 1 or 2 games are averaging 50 or 60 rushing yards a game, it's atrocious. It's terrible. And I don't know. I think there's a lot to figure out. It's what I've been saying all year. Unfortunately, it took the boys to embarrass you, and I actually think that you guys have cracked the seal, the proverbial seal, on maybe some misfortune coming your way. And I feel like Dallas has done the opposite. We're a younger team than you, much younger on average.
Wow.
I think we're an energetic team, and it just feels somewhat like it's fate right now, what's happening. When I talk about Dallas going further in the playoffs than you, I know we got an uphill battle, but somehow I feel like the Stars
are. You serious? You think?
Listen,
not only are you going to make the playoffs, but you're going to go further in the playoffs than
I said it's an uphill battle, but this year I'm not one to believe in fate, but I feel like fate's stars are aligning. Mike, I actually think you're wrong about something. I think you're very wrong on something. You said this year you're going to go 3-1 against the NFC East. I think you're going to go 4-0. But that's a prediction for later. That's a prediction for later.
I'll take it, Randy.
The Eagles are struggling. They're on the decline. And I love the game. Watch the Giants game. I think I said that game might be close. I don't remember exactly what my prediction is. Feel pretty good about that. I mean, obviously the Giants are playing good, but Green Bay's still not playing that great. Who knows what's going on with either one of those two teams. Anyway, very excited about my game.
Just so you're aware.
I did not keep notes.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
I do not believe you said that game was going to be close.
Yeah,
I'm going to go back and check because if I recall,
don't worry about the notes.
Correctly,
we don't need to get back
you used one of your phrases like we're going to stomp them or something like that. You used that same phrase again a second week on that game, if I recall.
No, but I will say again, it was interesting. Brandon Aubrey missing that field goal. Also, the late field goal to win, it seemed like something was a bit off with him as far as his accuracy this week, which is a bit of a question in my head as where that goes, going forward. Hopefully that's just a little 1-game blip, but
hey, Justin Tucker's getting tryouts. Maybe you should try him.
I think the Giants need him. But no, I mean, if you look at the game plan, look at how the teams played, it's tough not to be excited sitting there. I know it's just 2 wins. I know, but again, as of last week, the Eagles were the team to beat in the NFL. With the Buffalo going down, with Kansas City going down, with Baltimore looking iffy, with Detroit going down 2 weeks ago, it just looked like the Eagles were the team to beat, and we came in or they came to us, I guess, and 1, 2, 3, that's what you lost by. Cry, Eagles, cry. I was in Philly on Monday morning in the sewers, just lapping up those sweet, sweet tears. Just delicious.
I keep looking at Greg with his head down over there, either looking stuff up or taking notes. I feel like you got a pretty good rebuttal ready here. What do you got for us?
I honestly don't have a rebuttal ready. I mean, how can I dispute what Randy said? We got our butts kicked. We went down there and it was the same story. It's a story of 2 halves, and that's been our problem all year. Is our coach hired an offensive coordinator that does not know how to make in-game adjustments. Plain and simple. Our head coach is not a play caller. We know that. We saw him do that 3 years ago, and he was horrible. Our offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, left, and we hired Nick's friend. it is what it is, and he can't.
It's coming.
Make,
it's coming. I
he
predicted
can't-
this. It's coming.
He cannot make in-game adjustments. It's proven. It's there. I mean, it goes all the way. This whole coaching staff needs to be blamed right now. I mean, even down to Stout. And I am one of the biggest fans of Stout. And when you're all pro Bowl tackle or guard comes out of the game and says, Dallas ran a 5-man front. We really weren't ready for that. Well, newsflash, they just signed the kid from the Jets. He's a stud, and they are going to run 5-man fronts. Because not only do I know that, the Fox pregame show talked about it. Tom Brady talked about it. Everybody knows about it. So, yes, I mean, the one thing that Randy did get wrong was, like, he made it sound like we got lucky calls in the first half to get these touchdowns. Both drives were over. I think the one was an 80-yard drive. The one was a 50-some-yard drive.
Yeah, but it was only one of the drives is only possible because of a bullcrap call on roughing a kicker that wasn't a roughing a kicker.
Again, that's where the ebbs and flows of the game. Your coach needs to challenge that.
No, I don't disagree with you, but it was a bad call.
We can talk about, we can debate that until it's the end of the podcast if you want. My point is, we jumped out 21 points. Dallas was able to establish their defense, which they've been putting out the last 2 weeks, and they put a 5-man front up. And it's like, we can't adjust to that. We're going to keep handing the ball off to Barkley because we got a 21-point lead. We're trying to milk the clock. So what do? You hand the ball off. Well, okay, newsflash, our right tackle, I'm getting there. Our right tackle's out. Our center hasn't been playing great this year. Our left guard is injured, and our left tackle has not been playing great this year either. So that's where Jalen started passing the ball. That's why he almost had 300 yards. Smitty had a good game. AJ had a good game, but the problem is, like, we're just vanilla.
When did Smitty have a good game? He had one catch.
Yeah.
He had one catch for like
2.
It was
one nice one and one short one.
I think Smitty had like 3 or 4 catches.
No, he didn't have that.
Actually,
what?
Let's go with 6 for 89 yards.
So both of them.
It felt like 2 catches.
Get out of here.
How did that go? What was that?
What are you doing? Smitty? I watched the game, guys. I know my team. I know what I'm talking about.
So,
my point is,
point for Greg.
Thank you. So again, what I'm saying is we are not making in-game adjustments. Randy's defense adjusted to our offense and basically put up a brick wall and was daring Jalen to throw the ball. And, that's what he was doing. But, like, these 3 and outs got to stop. Like, after the second half, that's all we did. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
After your first 3 touchdowns, your next 4 drives went for a combined 26 yards.
I was going to say under 30 yards probably.
Yeah.
You compound that. Randy, hold on. State sheets, sit down, and let me talk. Thank you.
Grumpy old man.
By the way, Randy's at sheets right now.
Go get a muffin or a biscuit.
Not only is it compounding and we're not getting yards, then the team's getting frustrated, and then we try to run the ball and we can't run the ball, and then you throw 14 penalties for over about, I think it was 95 yards, whatever it was, almost 100 yards. And then, like, that 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 25, and it becomes next to impossible. But if you have somebody like Kellen Moore, like Steichen, someone who can make adjustments on the fly and work with your head coach, like, I love Nick. I like Nick a lot. He's a man of the people. He is a general manager coach. Well, that's great if you have an offensive coordinator that is a good play caller. And then you have Jalen, who is going up and literally calling whatever play he wants. I am 100% convinced that the last drive of the game that we had, it was 3rd and 2. In what world do you not run 2 tush pushes, get a first down, and then drive the field, kick a field goal, win the game, you're gone? 3rd and 2, Jalen Hurts did a 7-yard drop. Why? All the receivers did 3 yards stops. They did, AJ on the left side did a 3-yard stop. Dallas Goedert did a 4-yard in or out. And Smitty did like a 6-yard drop. Why are you dropping back 7 yards? There's 7-step drop. It's stupid. Run the ball twice. Get the first down. Then you get the drive going and you win the game. I'm convinced that Jalen didn't like what he saw, probably because he saw everybody in the box. I just don't get it. Why do you have Gibson back there returning punts? Britton Covey was a top 5 punt returner. Not only that, but everybody knows, even my son that doesn't play football, by the way, sat down in the game and said, Dad, aren't you supposed to not catch the ball when it goes inside the 10-yard line? Why, CJ, you are correct. Not sure why he did that. Oh, fumble. It's like just dumb, and you're just shooting yourself in the foot, and you're fighting within the team, and that just makes it 100 times worse when you go out and perform like that. And what really sucks is you did it at Dallas, against Dallas. We should have won by 35 points, but we ended up losing by 3.
So go ahead.
So if you're gonna, if this is how upset you get after one loss, what's going to happen in 3 weeks when you've lost 2 of 3? We'll say, how about that? 2 of 3. I don't remember what your next 3 are, or 3 of 4, even 2 of 4. You're going to have some trouble coping with this, I feel like.
No, I don't think I'll have trouble coping with it. I think,
but
it took
on
me
the bright
until
side,
it took me until now. I'm over it. I'm good. I said my piece. I've heard
over it.
I've heard all the sports talk that I needed to hear for the week, and I'm on to the Bears. And that's what really stinks, is because we have to have that mentality. I mean, we still are 8-3. I mean, the Super Bowl odds last week were us winning the Super Bowl. Odds on favorite. Mike, do you know what the odds right now are?
No.
You're probably 6 or 7.
No, we're second, Paul. We're second. Oh. And that's what's crazy to me.
It is crazy.
A team that can't make adjustments.
Should not be.
How the hell are we second best odds by FanDuel to win the Super Bowl?
You know this as well as I do. I'm going to give the public a little insight on how betting works. It's not necessarily what they think is going to happen. It could be a rabid Eagles fan base betting that number to where it is. You know, you guys have a big, huge national fan base, and you guys probably have more money coming in on you as a popular team than a lot of the non-popular teams. You know, the Rams are not a nationally popular team. The Bears certainly are not a nationally popular team.
Seattle isn't either
right now. Definitely not Seattle. You know, the public money is probably on the Eagles, and that pushes your number to a place where realistically maybe it shouldn't be.
Well, yeah. and also the fact that up until last week, everybody kind of assumed the Eagles were going to be going back there. So everything up until that point was on the Eagles. You know, it's going to take time for those numbers to come down.
Well, that and the fact that Greg and Randy both right now think the Eagles suck. So
no,
there's 2 votes there.
I still think there is an opportunity for us to make these adjustments. But if you're going to keep Kevin Patula in there and you're going to keep running into the wall where someone else is wait until Friday, and that's going to be crazy because Mike's head coach is very smart. He is a top head coach of the league, in my opinion. Top 3 head coach. He's great because he makes adjustments. He is smart, very offensive minded. And I'm sure, I don't know who your D coordinator is, but for you guys to be playing the way you are with all of your injuries,
I was just going to say that you guys, if you don't, well, I shouldn't say that yet. I don't know who's going to be back and who's not. But if we're still missing all 3 linebackers and literally like an all-pro cornerback and our number 2 cornerback and a backup cornerback, you guys ought to look like an all-pro offense next week for the first time all year. And if you don't, it's going to be a huge,
I know.
It cracks me up that the whole time you were talking, this is what I was thinking. Typical Eagles fan. You went last week from Nick Sirianni's the GOAT, telling us all these stats about him and Jalen have the number 1 combo winning percentage.
And they do.
Already setting up the loss.
And 1 week later, you're like,
already setting up.
It's awful. It's the coach's fault. I said that Sirianni chants were coming. And I feel like you're starting to lean already. I need a play caller, Mike. I need a play caller.
I need Patullo to figure it out and have dinner with Jalen tonight.
But you came
Talk
on
to
and
him.
said Nick hired this guy. It's Nick's
He
fault.
did. It's his friend.
So the mark
You're
of a
setting up
good
the loss. You're setting up the loss right now, and for next
Nope.
week, you're going to be like, well,
We're going
I
to
mean, I
win
said
3 of our
last
next
week
4.
that-
3 of our next 4.
hey,
The-
at
the
least look, none of our teams are being led by Mike Kafka, and that's really all that matters.
This is true. I won't even talk about that game.
Like I think I think the FBI needs to talk to him because he
fired the D coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Randy's trying
Giants
to talk. Let's
interim
give Randy a
coach
minute.
was like, it's the defensive coordinator's fault. It's not my fault.
So
He wants a head coaching job.
I was going to say the mark of a good coach, right, is somebody that with a lesser team is finding ways to win. And again, as much as I hate the Steelers, the Bears, the Steelers, even the Eagles, you guys do tend to find a way, no matter what, even in close games, to win. I would say that's the mark of a good coach. What I wanted to say earlier when you were talking, Greg, is I was watching a guy kind of break apart the game play by play. And his biggest criticism, and he was an Eagles fan, he was talking about the formations that you guys run are so predictable. And he said that the run formations are so obvious. That is part of Saquon's issue right now. Is they run 92% on this one formation. I don't even remember which one it was.
It's called 12 personnel.
But they run 92% out of it, and every time they did it, the most Saquon got, I think, was 2 or 3 yards last week.
Yep.
Most of the time, it was for 0 or tackle for loss. There's something definitely wrong in play calling. And again, when I talk about the mark of a coach, the mark of a good coach, winning with whatever, you guys have all the talent. You should not be losing like this. You should not be close in games. Teams should not be able to figure you out, but they are. And I don't know if that's something you can fix mid-season. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm sure teams do it all the time, but it seems so predictable. The offense seems so simple right now.
Yeah, and I agree. I think the high school, I was listening to someone the other day describe this as literally a JV high school offense. They said they have seen more pre-snap. Perfect example is the Cowboys. If they want to get Lamb or George Pickens open, what do? They do pre-snap movement. They predict, they set the matchup that they want. We don't do that. We used to do that, but we don't have that anymore. And that's where I get frustrated, where it's like, maybe this guy wasn't ready. But you can't, in the NFL, you can't bring somebody in mid-season. Everyone's like, bring in Doug Peterson, Frank Reich, Dable. I would love that. But in the NFL, you cannot do that and learn a whole new offensive scheme.
And
you have to go with what you have.
The other thing I'm curious of, it felt like they were really force-feeding AJ this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is great. But to your point, last week, if Jalen's winning games with 150 yards, why are we worried about AJ? It just seemed like the worry got changed a little bit to what a guy like me wants to see, where it's not about necessarily getting the win or the W, but force feeding AJ. And maybe that's just because of how the game went. I don't know. It just seemed crazy. But anyway, one other comment that's a little worrying for me.
You've already said too much. I don't know if I need to get on the the Sheets app and order you something so they call your name and get you out of there, or just call the damn store and say that you stole 17 candy bars. Either one. Shut up.
All right,
shut
up.
Everyone knows.
Go ahead.
Holy crap. I feel, you know what it feels like right now? I'm not going to say the name, but you know what it feels like? I'm trying to get my points out here. Greg, I think you're going to get Saquon. I think you're going to shut up. I think you're going to get Saquon hurt.
Yeah.
He's really good. You
can't get him hurt giving him the ball 10 times in a game.
If he gets hit behind the line every time.
But every one of those 10 times he's being hit. A lot of his yards, he gets yacked like crazy, and he's getting hit all the time. Anytime that he's in there, and people are starting to rumble about that. And I think really what one of the issues was, and I was trying to, I was forgetting my stuff because of Randy's rambling.
That's why I take notes.
But I think with the game plan, Like you didn't have a choice and you had to do it, but you force fed AJ and he got literally just, I mean, so much. It was overdone and he made it obvious. And I think the rest of the team suffered. And
One of my points.
all you're doing is you're trying to appease one of your players by altering the entire offense when he is not the biggest part of the offense. He is very, not, I wouldn't say replaceable, but Devontae Smith is not that far behind him at the moment. Saquon Barkley at his position is, he's ahead of what AJ Brown is. Like you've got better players than that to focus on. And you can't do it every week. So I think, if it doesn't happen on Friday, he's got a whole weekend over Thanksgiving to just get on his phone and start going away before Uncle Dom comes and gives him a visit at his house.
Yeah, I think one of the other things is I agree with that 100%, and I think that we have to tailor it to kind of fit both narratives here. We do. We have to get out of this rut, but we need to give AJ the ball. Unfortunately, I think injuries play a huge part of this. Lane Johnson's out; he's not coming back for a couple more weeks. Cam is limping. You have
Didn't your
Landon
safeties
Dickerson.
get hurt? Didn't some of your safeties
I'm going there next. So,
Sorry.
on the defensive side, we lost Makumba because our crazy other safety just plays reckless. He got hurt, and then Blankenship got hurt.
That's the one.
It looks like Reed's isn't going to be a crazy injury, so he'll probably be back next week. But Howie's got to get on the phone. We have 3 safeties on this team. 3. And one of them now is out. Makumba from Texas, the rookie, is out now for probably the rest of the year. There's a kid that played in Denver.
Right. Greg, who's that big guy that had
for
the
Vic
hand?
Fangio,
Who's the big guy that had the hand injury? Did he play anymore after that? He came off and he was holding his hand. It looked bad. It looked like it might have been a broken wrist or something. You know who I'm talking about? He came off the field after one play. It was one of your defensive players. I was like, they were talking about him being a big
the only
name.
big injury. The only big injury was Makumba, who's out, and Reed is going to be okay. It looks like a hamstring, but
you listed a lot of injuries, and I mean, I'm not even going to talk about injuries from my team. I mean, we've been pretty decimated. Even Mike's team decimated by injuries, and CD being out is enough injury for an entire team as well. You've been pretty blessed in the first half of this season with a relatively healthy team. And I think, I'm not saying things are falling apart, but some of these guys are breaking down a little bit. And I mean, there's no theory behind it, but they just happen to be right now. They're starting to break down. And this is when the push for the playoffs, this is the push to the end of the year. Everything happens.
And that's what scares me too. Like our O-line, we ran them last year. I mean, think about it. Saquon, 2,000 yards. That O-line ran last year, and that's what everything went through our O-line. And those guys are old. I mean, not old, but Lane, relative
or
football
gone
years,
or hurt right now.
Or
you
hurt.
have a very different line today than you had last year.
Absolutely. And you get rid of Mackay left to go to the Chargers, and it's like, again, I love Howie for being Howie, but he was like, we're going to save some dollars and we're going to have Fred step in, Fred Johnson. Fred is good, but he is not Mackay Becton good.
Most guys aren't in his defense.
Yeah, true.
No, and on the other side, I was thinking Brandon Graham. I'm starting to think that he is only there to work on AJ in the locker room do something for the locker room. Maybe not just AJ, but
what do we call it? Moral support?
I was thinking this a couple of times as you guys talked AJ. My big problem with AJ, isn't it odd that you got a loss this week for the first time in a couple of weeks? And this is the first time you haven't heard from him.
No, it's true.
He doesn't care about wins and losses. He got his. And you won't hear a peep this week. And that's ridiculous.
Part of all of this, the best part about all this, I'm going to predict it right now. He will find himself in Oakland. He'll find himself somewhere where we will trade him this offseason, and he's going to go to a horrible team. And it's going to be all right, here you go.
It's going to be Devontae Adams all over. You're going to get what you wish for, but you ain't going to like it.
And that's the thing with like you go back and you look at these guys, and I know Tyreek's got to feed his kids, but don't you think he's kicking himself in the ass for leaving Mahomes and Kansas City right now? Like
The
years
money,
later.
the endorsements. I mean, just on the endorsements he would have had of being a part of that team. And I mean, he leaves, Taylor Swift comes in, and that team blows up. I mean, it's literally like the Houston Rockets with Yao Ming. Like, you just got an entire extra
A Yao Ming
10, 15,
Okay.
20 million fans for no damn reason.
I hear you, but what if AJ goes to Buffalo? Like that
If he goes
seems like
to Buffalo,
a fit in heaven.
yeah,
Well,
he'd probably do well there. But think about
same
it.
thing happened
Josh
with
Allen,
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Josh Allen and great receivers, they don't go in the same sentence. I don't know.
And I don't know
what it is.
I don't know. This is a hot take I was thinking for this week. I know I had the thing last week that I'm really just not impressed with the NFL. I think we witnessed Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen this year are now on the downside of their career, and I think they have passed their prime. Last year for both of them, I think, was it. And I think from here on out, I'm not saying it's just a steep slope, but I think we've seen the best of both of them, and I think it's passed for both of them.
It's going to be interesting because those injuries, I mean, running quarterbacks, it's tough. That's why it's like everyone's like Jackson Dart. I'm like, pump the brakes. Like literally head injuries.
He has to
his
survive.
first couple games, he's got to make it through.
You have to survive. You can't do that.
You know, we said the same thing about Jaden Daniels, you know, and he had the freak elbow injury. Like, it sucks. It's a tough league. It's very tough.
So, Paul, what do you think of the game?
The kids. What, at your game?
Yeah.
I was very, very broken. I was waffling like I've never waffled in my life. I have never, ever, ever.
You wanted both teams
Dallas
to lose?
I've never wanted Dallas to win ever for any reason, and I never will. But I don't know if we needed an Eagles win this week either. Not just the pod, the NFL, everybody. I think the NFL is better now with an Eagles loss. I mean,
Thanks.
I'm not worried about the Cowboys. You're still 5-5-1. So you're not doing anything anytime soon.
We will see.
I'm not worried about that. Nobody's crowning you nothing. Yeah, shut up.
Not yet.
I think the NFL, and I think it was good that the Eagles lost. I kind of wish you had lost. And I was thinking about this too. Who would I want you to lose to? The Giants? Hell no. I do not want you to lose to the Giants. And you don't want you to lose to the Giants at all. That's like a minimum of 2 weeks. Doesn't matter what the Giants do the next week. It doesn't matter. It's a 2-week affair for you and your cell phone bill. Thank God that it's 2025 and not 2005 where you pay for text messages. Because good Lord. That's going to be the dumb shit to take us into the half, I think.
I got two more real quick things in my bag here I want to ask you guys about. I'm disappointed. This might be the first time all year that we made it through a half of a show with no Tush Push update. Nobody has anything on the Tush Push this week?
There was only one. No, you ran it once.
3rd and 2, Randy, with the ball at the 40-yard line. We run the Tush Push twice there.
So
we get a first down. We drive the ball. We kick a field goal. We win the game.
Tush push. That's the only plan you had to win the game. Tush push.
Now hearing that, I got a follow-up question. Were there any 3rd or 4th and shorts where you did not run the Tush Push this week?
I just talked about one.
You said, I thought you were saying you did run. I thought you were.
No.
So you didn't run it at all this week? You didn't run the Tush Push one time?
Yeah, you ran it one time.
I think we ran it one time this week.
Yeah.
One time this week.
I feel like what I said last week is continuing to ring true. I think they're getting tired of people talking that trash. And they're like, we want to do something different.
They're like,
anyway,
we can win it. We can win it without the Tush Push. No, you can't.
This is a really exciting one, and I'm really disappointed nobody else caught it. Guess who dressed this week?
Oh, Jonathan Mingo.
Really?
Mingo update.
I honestly didn't know that.
He wore a uniform. He did not get in the game. He did not take a snap.
What's his number?
But we're getting closer to being on the
Shares the
field. I have
jersey with
no
the punter.
idea. I just happened to look it up this week and saw that he was dressed and active, and I was like, oh my god.
They're just warming
Bobby
a Cadillac up
Bobby
right
Boucher himself.
So
I
that is
honestly
the
couldn't
dumb
even
shit
told
that
you
will
that.
take us to halftime. We will be back shortly to start looking forward to week 13.
Here we go.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
We are back, everybody. Let's start getting into week 13 here. We got a heck of a nationally televised slate of games here in the NFC East. Starting with Thanksgiving game, we got Kansas City at Dallas.
Kansas City -3.
Kansas City
Going
minus
to
3.
Dallas? Going
Going
to Dallas?
Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
That's Dallas is
That's
hot
hefty.
right now, and they
That's
look
hefty.
I
good.
know.
That is not
And-
that is not
well,
surprising to me.
And Kansas is missing their all-pro left guard for possibly 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. Not a good time.
What did
Not a
you
very
find
good
out?
time for
Can't even-
Dallas.
In our second
Go ahead.
nationally televised game, we got the Bears traveling to Philly on Black Friday. Greg, what kind of number you got there?
I got Philly -7.
Okay.
That one blows my
Philly
mind.
-7.
I
Oh,
saw that
really?
the other day.
That's
I mean,
Vegas knows
Philly's
how
hardly beat
decimated we are.
anyone by. Dude, they've hardly beat anybody by 7 this year, though.
It's our coming out party, Randy.
I think it might be. We'll see what happens.
I think it's your going back
in
in
the
party.
Sunday night game, we got the Denver Broncos at the Washington
God.
Redskin Commanders.
So we got
Why?
the Broncos -6.5.
It should be 16 and a half. And
I
It
know,
should
that-
be.
these-
why again in
that
prime
line
time?
seems-
Why? Good Lord. It's like a top, like, I don't think Denver is that good, but right now they're like, their power ranking is like a top 3 team, and our power ranking is a bottom 3 team. That is not, the spread should not be less.
9-2. They're
That
9-2.
spread should not be less than the Eagles and Bears game. I can tell you that.
Agree.
I
Agree.
cannot
100%
believe they
with that.
can't do something to flex that out. Cannot do
Well,
that.
I mean, you got like 18 nationally televised games this weekend with the Thursday and Friday games and then the primetime games. So
What are you
there
gonna
wasn't
put on
much
the
room to
Raiders?
flex, I don't think. Yeah.
Raiders
That's
and
why
Chargers?
you still got that time slot.
Ugh. I
In our
mean, just
final national or NFC East nationally televised game on the Monday night football game. You got one every day of the week here coming up. You got the
Yes, we do.
Giants going to the New England Patriots.
We got the Giants +7.5.
Again, the
That
fact that
feels
that
like
spread,
a short number as well.
let's
the
go
Giants been
Drake
fighting.
May.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, even like everywhere that Jameis starts, and yes, I did see a meme about this, and I think it's absolutely perfect. He should be a backup. I don't think he should be a backup for the Giants. He should just be a backup. Whatever starting quarterback gets hurt, he travels to that team, puts on the Jameis show, and for 2 or 3 games,
That's awesome.
it's just it's entertainment. That's all it is. But I mean, that's all you're going to get. No matter where he's gone, he hits a limit where he turns into the other Jameis, where it's, he's breaking records for the amount of interceptions in a quarter. He's going to look like Brock
what he
Purdy all
does.
of a sudden last night. It's going to be ridiculous. But I saw that and I was like, I actually really like that. If there's a way to do that, Like, who does he play for? He plays in the NFL. He's an NFL quarterback. He's a backup quarterback. Like, I would love to have Jameis Winston on my team right now this week starting. I would absolutely love to have Jameis Winston starting.
Yeah, speaking of craziness,
I think a
Shador
lot of
Sanders
teams would
actually-
take Jameis Winston right now.
Yeah, that thing with
I don't
Shador
want to talk about
Sanders this
Shador
week.
Sanders. Shut your face.
I did, but he put together a good game. Actually, I'm not a Shador fan, but I was impressed from his gameplay. Anyway, go ahead,
He got
producers.
1 week.
He had one good
Let's
pass.
go
It
ahead and
was
spin
happened to
this.
be
Let's
66
spin this wheel
yards.
3 times. We got a full wheel. All the categories are back. Let's get 3 good ones. Hopefully QBR again.
I'm waiting for
It's
the
everybody's
dramatics
favorite.
on the right.
With their
Where's the
all
is
new
it
and
team
improved
total? Is it going to
wheel.
get to single?
Team total. No. Longest field goal. Man, I'm
trying to
seeing
see
the
the
big
producer's
D
face.
everywhere.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I'm sorry. Yeah,
So that big,
somebody's going to have to
that
edit
big
that
D
out.
everywhere.
I get a freebie. I should get a point because I'm not commenting. Oh, God. Touchdowns, any single player. Shoot. If it ain't AJ, all of Philadelphia, he's burning down the entire city.
That's messed up. You guys are so mean.
Thankfully, we didn't get another purple one.
Oh, rushing yards. I think that's a
Rushing
pretty even one
yards.
because I don't see anybody getting more than, well, it's probably besides
Gonna be
Javonte
Jalen
Williams. I don't think.
Hurts.
Could be.
And
Ooh.
Jamal Williams might.
Otherwise,
Jamal.
yeah.
Williams.
Javonte Williams, I think, would take that, but I don't think, I mean, the other ones, I don't think they're going to get
Against the
30.
Chiefs.
I don't think anybody, their player.
Well, Paul, why don't you lead us off? You closed out the first half.
Yeah, so I'll go with the rushing yards first. I do think it'll be Javonte Williams. I need it to be Javonte Williams also. I hate it that he put himself in a tough spot by signing with the Cowboys, but here we are. It's helping out my fantasy team, so I'll allow it for the moment. As far as interceptions, I wish it was who
We don't have
throws the most
interceptions.
interceptions. Was it not?
You just take whichever 3
No.
categories you want, though.
Touchdowns, longest field goal.
Oh, touchdowns? Oh. Well, I mean, we're going to have a lot of interceptions and no touchdowns, so I was trying to fit that into our scheme, our play scheme. But touchdowns, single player, I think it's going to be CD Lamb because again, I need it to be CD Lamb. And he's really been he's tanking. He's literally is tanking. So I'm hoping that he makes up for it. And I think it's possible. Longest field goal. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I'm just about to pick a sweep for
Yeah,
the
you did.
Cowboys.
You just swept Dallas.
Wow.
That's not what I'm looking for, but I mean, I think that there's, I think there's going to be an
I'll
offensive.
take it.
Cowboy fan.
It's going to
I'll
be,
take it.
totally. There's going to be a lot of offense in that game, I think, and more than in any of the other ones. So
You ready to pick Dallas for
We'll
the
see.
win
You
too?
think?
Come on, let's truly sweep this.
oh no, I think you're going to lose to the Chiefs. I got faith in the Chiefs. I still like the Chiefs.
Pathetic.
Everybody hates the Chiefs.
Pathetic.
Same thing like with baseball.
hate
like
'em.
the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers.
You know,
But I'm fine with the Chiefs. I could care less. I mean, I'm done with Mahomes, and I don't care about Kelsey or anything. But they're fun to watch. They've been fun to watch for 5 years. So, like I said, NFL's not anything else in the NFL ain't any better. So I'm just going to go with what entertainment is, and that is
the
not
highest
watching.
total of the week. 52.5.
Yeah, and as far as wins, I guess
Because
we'll
there's
start
the
right
best
there. With, I
offense.
think Kansas City's going to win. I think. Shut up, Randy. I do think the Eagles are going to pull it out. And I have no idea. It's not like, they're all pissed and blah, 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 want to like beat up on somebody after. No, they're just going to win. I'm not going to say how. It's nothing to be dramatic.
Because
They're
you
just going
hate
to freaking
Mike
win.
and you hate the Bears. I like it.
I don't root for the Bears, and that is because of Mike. But
Thank you.
my wife's actually, if my wife is a fan of anybody, she used to be a Bears fan growing up for some reason, somehow. I don't know why. But I mean, that was literally the 80s. Like, I mean, the late 80s when she was.
1985, baby.
Yeah. Well, she was 7 then, so I don't think she remembers that too much. But yeah, in the late 80s is when I think she started liking them for whatever reason. And as far as the other game, I hope I'm not. Oh, our game, we're going to lose. Stop. And I think the Giants are going to get destroyed too. I hope they get destroyed too. I need Drake May. I got Drake May in 2 fantasy football leagues, and go Tar Heels.
Randy, what you got for? I guess Craig, you're up next. What do you got for us?
All right. Longest field goal. How can you not go Aubrey after last week and missing one? And they're playing indoors. I'm going to go that route. Touchdowns, any player. I'm going to go Smitty. I'm going to say Smitty has 2. And rushing yards, I am not going to put my prediction for anybody other than Barkley, just because. But I think we have a bounce back week. I'm taking the Birds -7. I think we had our come to Jesus moment, if you will, last week when we lost a 21-point lead, had 14 penalties, 2 turnovers that cost the game, and just reckless play.
I have a question for you. So you're saying that the person who would get the most touchdowns is going to be AJ Brown. Now,
I
to
don't
You
think
said
so.
Smitty.
I said Smitty.
Oh, you said Smitty. Sorry. Okay. Do you think that means that you win that? You win? That's going to give you a better chance to win or not?
I think
I know I fumbled through that.
No, that's fine. I think that it's going to be one short one and one long one. And I think we're going to win by 10 points. And I think Randy next week will spin it as we got lucky. The refs were on our side. We got
They
lucky to
usually
beat
are.
the Bears, and here we are.
Oh,
Yep.
hey, I feel bad for. I actually
So-
feel bad for the Cowboys. They're fighting the refs 2 weeks in a row. You got
Yeah,
the Eagles
I know.
and then the Chiefs. That's awful.
Just imagine if the refs really were on our side, Randy, then we must have 14 penalties. That's crazy.
Well, it's
Anyway,
because you
I'm
guys
gonna
are
take
so
Kansas City because
used to being
Dallas
able
sucks.
to cheat your way through a game, and the refs finally call some of your bull crap out, and you cried about it. It's just typical. Go ahead.
Call your bullcrap out. Pause button on you. Taking the Broncos plus or -6.5, and I'm going to take the Patriots over the Giants. You won your Super Bowl. You beat us. Congratulations.
What
You
about
guys would have
this
been
one? Who did
more-
you take in the Chiefs game?
Chiefs.
You
Dallas
took Chiefs.
Yeah, he said Dallas sucks.
That's all right.
You guys would have been
By the way, Randy,
ecstatic to beat us in
Randy,
that game.
I'm
You
looking
call
at
us
the rest of your schedule. You were 5-5-1. Ecstatic to beat you. We blew a 21-point lead. We had
you
2
would have been
stupid
ecstatic
turnovers.
to beat
We had a
us.
kid.
I was already starting to hear it.
A punt return. We had 14 penalties.
And you guys
Get
got
outta here.
lucky
Okay,
calls on
mister,
our
I'm making
rough
the playoff.
kicker. We had 2
Pause.
turnovers.
Timeout. You got it because we earned those turnovers. We
didn't
them.
earn those. Clark didn't earn
No,
that
you didn't
turnover.
earn anything.
Yeah, bull crap.
Chiefs and Lions. You're going to be both of them, and then you'll be 7-5. So let's cool with the you're going to the playoff Jets there, buddy.
You better hope we don't.
Randy,
Go
you
ahead,
want to
Randy.
get in there and refute him?
So I'm going
We
to
don't
start
care. Go
with
ahead.
the game picks. Aubrey Williams at the rushing. I'm also going to take. I'm actually, we're talking about this before the game. CeeDee Lamb is, in my opinion, having a rough run. I think everybody would say that right now. I will say he's been attracting the best defenders. I do think that's going to start to change, and Pickens is going to start taking up. I call CD having an explosive week this week. I think he's going to get the touchdowns. I think that they are going to more double coverage Pickens, and I think that CD is going to have his coming back game this week. He's not a bad receiver. He started out real good this year.
Spags owns you.
We will see.
Randy,
We will
a
see.
couple of weeks ago, I gave you props for calling a sweep. You said you were going to get a sweep. You got a sweep, but you have predicted a sweep every week since.
Every week.
And that
So
week
listen,
that you actually called it, I gave you props specifically because you don't always predict a sweep. And your confidence is just, I said at the beginning of the show, man, your confidence is through the roof right now. We're sweeping
how
every
can you
week
not
until we
be?
don't.
The last 2 weeks
That's why
are
he
the
won't
number
shut
one
up. That's
rushing
why he won't
defense in
shut
the
up. It's
league.
ridiculous.
They're number 3 in pressures on the quarterback this year. Their defense is coming back around. They got the best offense in the league. How can you not be confident? We just beat the cream of the NFL this week. It was a good. How can you not be confident? How can you all feel good? Jerry
I'm here
Jones
for it.
looks
I
like
love it.
Jerry Jones looks like an absolute brilliant machine right
It'd be
now.
so sad if he cut out and we lost
as much
his
as we all trashed him, he's got Clark, he's got that he's got the Williams, and he's got a first round pick this year for somebody who's really not doing that much in Green Bay right now.
I think you need to
and
take some. You just need to take some breaths. You're going to pass out.
We've developed the number one.
He's about ready to
the number one rushing defense. Stop talking about me. I'm trying to get my points out. We developed the number one rushing defense in the league.
I understand. Your brain is working overtime trying to enunciate, and it's killing you.
Okay. All right. Now let me
Randy,
let me get into the
that
games.
all this comes out in production because we're missing a lot of what you're saying. I know Steve can catch it in production and fix it sometimes. So I'm hopeful that
that's why
all of what you're going through here is good in the end.
Steve, nod your head, Steve.
Oh, that's right. Hold the mic. It's better now. It's better now. You're perfect.
It's not going to change anything.
Okay.
Get
Go
your
get
picks in
a
for the games,
foil off the rack over there and wrap it around your head.
I do want to make game predictions here. Okay. And it is important that you guys hear this. So can you guys hear me right now?
We're listening.
Yeah, right now you're good. Keep going.
Okay. So listen, there's this little thing I don't believe in, but this year I'm starting to have faith in fate. Okay. And fate is shining on the Dallas Cowboys right now. We need Chicago to beat the Eagles. Therefore, fate will have the Eagles go down to Chicago this week. We need fate. Dallas is going to, I don't even want to say, but they might win out. Fate is shining right now. It is destiny. It is the destiny of the year. Wow. We are going to go in and we are going to pound Kansas City this week. I'm seeing a 10 to 15 point win in that game. As much as I probably need
before
the Bears
you got on,
to
did you
lose,
pound a bunch of nerds rope candy or something? You were an absolute spaz tonight. Jesus.
As much as I need the Bears, probably actually need them to lose, they're going to win because I think we're going to win the division. We're going to go into obviously. I don't think the Commanders
division.
I don't think the Commanders or the Giants have a shot at winning their games. Nor does it really matter. I don't really care about any of those two games either. But I do think going forward, looking at how Dallas is playing right now, going forward, I could absolutely see them winning out. Looking at what I know the Eagles are and what I know they are, if you guys weren't playing Washington and some of the likes of them, I would think there's a very good chance you lose out.
Don't forget
Unfortunately, you have a couple easy games. Oakland's going to get their stuff together yet. Just watch. You're going to get Oakland at the wrong time, and they're going to be coming off with some sore losses. Paul, don't even give that look. Geno Smith is going to want to have at least a couple good games.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you drink 48 ounces of coffee followed by 4 packets of Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
Haven't touched Pot Rock, but I have drank a lot of coffee.
Floss your teeth with the nerds rope.
Anyway, all I'm saying, and I hope you guys are getting this all. But fate is speaking this week. Destinies have changed, and I really do feel like the Eagles are going down again. The Cowboys are going to be winning again, and within a week or two, I do think we're going to beat Detroit. They're looking very beatable right now. I think right now, looking at what we've got going on, there's quite a changing of the ways the stars are aligning, and I've got very bright hopes.
I'm
There
putting in
are
that
a lot of
ticket tomorrow.
changes. I mean, last week I was putting stuff out there that there was a Bears and Eagles alliance after the Bears beat all three of the NFC East teams and helped the Eagles out there. And the Eagles went ahead and beat all three of the other NFC North teams, helping us out on our end. I feel like that alliance is swinging. I'm with Randy. It's Bears and Cowboys now. We got to help each other out the rest of the way.
How about them
Let's do
Bears,
it.
bud? How about them Bears? Absolutely.
Good Lord.
That's the
That
dumb
is-
shit. Let's get out of
That's
here.
the dumb shit.
We'll be back
Good.
next week. Thank you, everybody. How about them Bears?
God.
Boom, boom, boom.